of having values and praise God? Can we be the first pinnacle nation in the history of the world to learn from the mistakes of those who preceded us and do a course correction? Or must we inexorably continue down the same path of self-destruction? The interesting thing is, the answer to that question lies with each of us. We all have spirits of influence. We all have the ability to make a course correction. I want you to think about this. Some people say, well, I'm not young right now, it's not my problem. I got to tell you something. It is. Because for each one of those young people that we keep from going down that path of self-destruction, one less person you have to be afraid of or protect your family from. One less person you have to pay for in the penal system or the welfare system. One more tax-paying, productive member of society who may discover a cure for cancer or a new energy source. We can't afford to throw anybody away. We need absolutely everybody to be able to solve this dearth of particularly technological education that exists in this nation. But you know, the young black males, anybody who's in the educational field knows that they're terrific students in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, cooperative, eager just like everybody else. When they start getting into the higher grades, something begins to happen. That peer pressure begins to kick in. Gotta be cool. And then they take American history and they're looking through that book and they see this tremendous nation that rose so quickly that in a span of 200 years completely changed the way that the world was evolving. For 4,000 or 5,000 years, people were carrying hay around on donkey carts. And in 200 years that this country existed, man walked on the moon. Very different. But they don't see anybody in that book who looks like them, who helped to create this kind of nation. Then they say, well, maybe next year when I take world history. But next year when they take world history, the same thing happens. And they say, well, what did my ancestors do? Where do I fit in? Then they turn on the television. Oh, there we are. Playing basketball, baseball, football, rapping in those baggy pants, acting a fool on some sitcom. And begin to develop a very different idea of what success really means. And it's not being the CEO of a major corporation or a nuclear physicist. And you start putting your energies in the wrong places. Thinking they're going to be the next Michael Jordan or the next Puffy Daddy or something. They could have started by pointing to his shoes and saying, you know, John Munster was a black man who invented the automatic shoe lasting machine, which revolutionized the shoe industry throughout the world. And he steps on that clean street, he told him it was Charles Brooks, a black man who invented the street sweeper, those machines with big brushes. And down that street comes one of those big refrigerated tractor trailer trucks. You tell them it was Frederick Jones, a black man who invented the refrigeration system for trucks, later adopted for airplanes, boats, and trains. And it comes to a stop at the red light. You tell them it was Garrett Morgan, a black man who invented the traffic signal. And while you're talking about Garrett Morgan, you tell them how he invented the gas mask, saved lots of lives during the war. While you talk about the war, Henry Bradbury, a black woman who invented the underwater cannon, made it possible to launch torpedoes from submarines. You see this beautiful black woman walking down the street, and a black man did not invent her, but we use that opportunity to talk about Madam C.J. Walker, a black woman who invented cosmetic products for women of dark complexion, was the first woman of any nationality in this nation to become a millionaire on her own efforts. And you'll walk past the hospital, you talk about Charles Drew and his contributions to blood banking, understanding the function of blood plasma, Daniel Hale Williams, the first successful open heart surgery in the world, had an operative mortality rate less than 1.5%. You look up at the surgical light, Thomas Edison, you didn't know it was black. pioneering work in incandescent fluorescent lighting, diagrammed the telephone for Alexander Graham Bell, was a tremendous inventor. Most people have never even heard of him. Walked past the railroad tracks. Andrew Beard, the automatic railroad car coupler, spurred on to take that same walk down the street for virtually any nationality in this nation. And I can point out tremendous contributions that were made. And it's because of all of those different people from all of those different backgrounds with all that talent, that is the reason that we reached the pinnacle much faster than any other nation in the history of the world. Our diversity is not a problem, it is a strength. And we need to recognize that. We have an opportunity for a few questions and answers, and I believe there are microphones, and I say this as a neuroscientist. The human brain is absolutely amazing in terms of what it can do. And if you have a normal brain, you can do anything. You know, some people say, I probably couldn't do particle physics. I can't do advanced calculus. I say that's not correct. If you have a normal brain, you can't do it. You know, those things are like reading. Most people can read. Why? Because they know all 26 letters of the alphabet. What if they only did 21? What could they read? Pretty soon they would say, well, reading is for smart people, I can't do it. But you go and fill in those 5 letters and all of a sudden, voila, you can read. It's the same thing with science and math. You just have to have the appropriate building blocks. And if it becomes difficult, you need to go back, find a place where you're missing, build it back up, and then continue on from there. You can do it. Restorative character of God truly is, and that's why some people have an adverse reaction. That's man that they're reacting to. That is not God. God is love and purity and goodness. And when you really develop a relationship with God, it is the most wonderful thing that you can do. They have a tendency to do what?
I like hurting.
Your hands hurt.